Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Sports Talk 101. In today's video, we'll be talking about NFL draft. Yesterday, 2025 NFL drafts in the books. It was last weekend, last Thursday, Friday. Actually, last weekend, last Thursday, Friday. Saturday, rounds 1 to round 7 was round Thursday, 2 3 on Friday, and then 4 to 7 on Saturday. I did watch draft, and it was a system draft. I did watch, I think, first 2 days and a little bit of day three. NBA playoffs was also going on the same weekend, so I watched a little bit of that. So two things going at the same time. My thoughts on the draft is it was a good draft. Okay, there was lots of surprising picks. My most surprising is Shador Sanders falling out of the first 4 rounds, actually. And I thought, oh my God, he's going undrafted. He's gonna go undrafted. And that was that. And then Giants coming back. Giants and the Falcons trade back in the first round was interesting there. The Browns and the whole Travis Hunter, the whole Jaguars and Brown trade. There. Will Johnson sliding down to the second round. I'll talk about that in a second. Um, and then a lot of people surprised by Coach Loveland being drafted before Warren. I'm gonna get to that in a second. I'm gonna go every single pick in my analysis of the pick and the team, and so like I started. So the first pick was by the first pick of Titans was on the first pick. It was no surprise. This one I knew everybody knew this would happen. Cam Ward of Miami heading over to Titans. The quarterback room. I think they have Will Levis and a couple other quarterbacks. I forgot the quarterback room. I will look at depth charts later on, maybe in a different video. To see what the depths are up. I haven't looked at Titans depth chart yet, but right now, Ken Ward, really good quarterback out of Miami. I like him. He's a really good, talented quarterback in Miami. He was really good at Miami. And I think he's gonna do well at Titans, and they got a quarterback in Ward. Of course, he's not gonna be a starting quarterback. I am assuming that Will Levis will be a starting quarterback. He'll be the backup, and it's good, to take. And CBS says that say that good is good, not great. They could wait next year to take quarterback. I mean, yeah, I get it, but way the Cam Ward played this year at Miami was phenomenal. He was really good receivers, and so that's it. And then we had the first trade. Um, all right, so um, Jaguars were initially a fifth, and the Browns were second. So they basically swapped places. And I think they got was a couple second round picks, and then some picks in the next year's draft. But they would Trevor Hunter. I knew this could happen. I knew, look, like the head of the draft. And you see, I did 2 mock drafts, and I did 2 mock drafts that was on YouTube. But in the mock draft I've done, mock draft I've seen, it was Ward to the Titans, Hunter to the Jags, and then it was Carter, and then it was I forgot who it was, but there was no surprise. I knew this would happen. And look, Hunter, I'm thinking something. He's a generational talent. Okay, you look. The question is, when will we see another two-way player? It's gonna be a while. It is gonna be a while until we see a two-way player like Travis Hunter. Okay, he's the best player in the draft. He can play 2 ways. I don't know if he's gonna play 2 ways in the NFL. I don't know what the Jaguars going to do. But I do know offensively they have Trevor Lawrence quarterback. They have Brian Thomas Jr., who I believe the draft last year, uh, as a wide receiver slot. And then you have Travis Hunter to complement a wide receiver. If I'm the Jags, I'm putting wide receiver because he gives a weapon for Trevor Lawrence. But also you lose Jalen Ramsey at the corner. So you basically lose. Oh, I maybe play corner. I do not see him. Look, he's not gonna play the amount of snaps he did at Colorado in the NFL. I just don't see that. He's either gonna play. I assume he'll maybe play mini defensively, and then once I play wide receiver or other way around, main wide receiver. Then I don't know. So I really am curious to see what the draft do. But I like this pick. Little homecoming for Hunter. And then number three, no surprise there, Abdul Carter, the edge. He's a beast, edge. If you guys see any passing game, go watch his highlights. This kid is insane. He's the best pass rusher in the draft. And that talent of New York has up the Giants. I like this pick here. Another pick, the Patriots. They got Drake May and I like this pick. And you have a quarterback. And you look, the Patriots are doing new coach. They have, okay, we got some receivers, we got a quarterback, but we need some protection for the quarterback. What they do? They go with one of the best tackles in this draft, and Will Campbell, okay? And he said in the interview, and said, I would die, as he said, I'll fight and die on the field for him. Like, this kid is one of the best tackle. Really good job in the combine. He did a good job in the combine. One of the best tackles from LSU. I think he's the highest draft tackle LSU for the first time in like a while. It's been a while since I said really one of the tackle could just up in top 4 or 5. And he's a really kid. I like him. He's gonna when you have, I agree with this. When you have a young quarterback, you have to take somebody to practice blind side. I like Will Campbell a lot here. Okay. Uh, he wore a 4.98. Okay, his vertical jump to he's 9 feet 5 inches bar jump. Weak strength. His smooth athleticism appears to be look, but the weakness is this, which he can learn in the NFL. You know, um, he's a medical left tackle. Right. He's an NFL caliber for him. He's ready for the NFL. Um, no, a lot of people agree. His edge is too. Is something that's true. He's patient and balanced in the pass pro. All right, that's the thing you need to know about him. His feet. Look, he's not great with his feet, but when you look at him and what he does in offensive tackle, he's a smooth athlete. All right, I know a lot of these offensive tackles don't get a lot of talk, but I give a lot of respect. All right, and then coming first pick, who the Browns went with? They went with Mason Graham, the defensive lineman from Michigan. I like this. You line up with Miles Garrett in the defensive side of the ball. In Cleveland, I like this pick. Go blue. You guys know my favorite team is Michigan. If you not figured it out, I've been throughout. I mean, so I'm a college football fan, but my favorite team is Michigan. He was a beast as a defensive line. All right, and, he's with the look. This one play, I think it's Ohio State game. He was literally when he was literally sitting down and tackle. I think it's a running back. One of the running back. I think Quentin Junkins, and then he literally was went to sit down and literally tackle him from sitting down. He would sit down and tackle somebody, which is insane. But he's really good beast for the best in the defensive players position. I like this pick a lot. He's really good. He's done the way he plays football. If not seen Mason Graham, go watch him. I mean, he is highlights. Unfortunately, I cannot show you highlights. Um, I do not want to get blocked on YouTube. I've done that before, and it's messy. So I do not want to get blocked on YouTube. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Mason Graham. If that's his highlights, go look up. He's really good. He's what 6'3", 291 pound guy. I'm gonna tell you something about him. Look at this. This is what you need to know about him. His great upper strength. His good upper strength to push the pocket. His good quickness to shoot gaps and get hips. Like he's really good in the run game, in the pass rush movement. Okay. Um, he's really good. Look at this. 23 for cuts. 12 games played. 12 games. 45 tackles. No interception, but 3.5 sacks. That's insane. I know Chris Walken is a comparison there. I like this pick. From Browns, you got a really good defense player. Kudos to you. Um, Austin Gentry go to the Raiders at the sixth overall pick. Um, I like this. All right, Pete Carroll knows what to do in football. Look, we saw Pete Carroll with Marshall Lynch. He's not gonna do it again with Austin Gentry. Raiders and Carroll want football. Yes, they go the best running back in the draft. Agreed. You saw at Boise State, he was a beast. Okay, he's really good. I like this pick a lot. This is a really good job by the Raiders. I feel bad for the divisional teams like Kansas City, Chargers. You got to play him twice a year, but he's a really good kid, and I like this pick a lot. Hats off to the Raiders in this pick here. Amon Menembu of the Tech of Missouri. They had to get a tackle. I know they want to go quarterback. They got Justin Fields, right? They want to protect, and I like this pick. This kid, he could play on the right side, and then you get a tackle to play on the right side. Boom, you got this check in the box. This kid fixed the bill. This guy, he's a little raw, and there's talent there. He's this talent. He has talent. It could take some time for him to get adjusted to the NFL. Eric Glenn, first year coach, the former defensive coordinator at the Lions, now first year head coach Jets. I like this pick. I love this pick. Great pick there. There you go, 8 overall pick. The Panthers, they got Bryce Young. They got, what's his name? Levitt, Xavier Levitt. Now the weapon. Okay, who you got? This point, you got Ted McMillan. You had, um, Matthew Golden, Emeka Buka, Luther. These are the 4 receivers headed draft, right? Who do you go with? Tetro McMillan. If you see him in Arizona, he was 6'5", 212 pounds. I like this kid. And um, I know maybe this one well, but this is a really good pick. I agree. This is a really good pick. I know they should have gone with McConnell. I know, and Panthers, his thing. They need a receiver, right, to help Bryce Young, and they also need to have a defensive. Okay? And they do go defensive, I believe. And we'll get to the Panthers later picks for the Panthers as we go to round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, and round 6, and round 7. But I like this pick right here. Ted McMillan to the Panthers. Absolutely good pick there. Good receiver out of Arizona. And they go 9, Saints. Don't go quarterback. Guess what they do? They go offensive line. I'm surprised that they didn't go with Shadow at quarterback. I know they have Derek Carr, who's not coming off injury. They have Rattler. So they do need a quarterback. Saints need a quarterback and offensive tackle. I like this. This is a good and style pick for Saints. Um, and they need help on the offensive line. And I guess, I guess the Saints say like, wait, to get a quarterback, let's build an offensive line. It's not a bad strategy. You build an offensive line, and then maybe later on in the draft, we go quarterback. That's not a bad strategy, and the strategy actually worked. And I'll talk about that when I get to that pick later on. I think it was like third round at least, second round. Now this one was less surprise to me, but I agree with this pick. All right, Coach Loveland, tight end of Michigan. I love this pick. Okay, there are the three tight ends in the draft. One, Tyler Williams, Penn State, Coach Loveland, Michigan, and Garner Helm out of Texas. These are the three best tight ends in the draft. I wish two win the first round. I thought Warren would be just higher than Loveland, but Loveland went higher, which was a little surprising. But I agree with this pick. He is the best pass catcher of the tight ends. And you have Ben Johnson, the former from Lions, now goes to Chicago. He's going to fit in the offense. The way that Ben Johnson runs in the offense, you look at what Ben Johnson's done with the Lions in the first quarter. With Laporta, Goff, and you look at the Lions. Goff, Laporta, Brock White, you had Emerson Brown, Jameson Williams, Tom Kennedy, you had one more, and then you have the two running backs, Gibbs and Montgomery, Sonic and Knuckles. Well, guess what? In Cleveland, you got Cleveland, sorry, Chicago, you had Taylor Williams at quarterback, Jonathan Shipton running back, you have Roma Doomsday at wide receiver, okay? Then you have DJ Moore at wide receiver. You don't have Keenan Allen. Now you're adding Coach Loveland. That offense is going to win some games. All right. This A plus A. I agree with give him A. I agree with that. He's a really good tight end, and this fits perfect for the what the Bears want to do. Giant 49ers 11 pick. Who to go with? Michael Williams. And they need to get a pass rush to have Nick Bosa. And guess what? Michael Williams, and Bosa, the two the best due to defensive edge right now in the 49ers defense. That defense could be amazing. You got Michael Williams to complement with Bosa on the opposite side. That defense for 49ers, watch out. Now, here comes an interesting pick. Then the Cowboys on the 1 o'clock, right? They're the 12 pick, right? Who to go? They have Dak Prescott, right? They could go. And look. I actually agree with. They need to look. I know they lost Zach Martin to retirement. They need to replace him. Who to replace him with? Tyler Booker, Tennessee lineman, Alabama. He did not allow sack, by the way, against Dylan Monroe last year. Um, I like this pick. Now here's look. If you don't know this, and I'm gonna mention this right now, the Cowboys. I do feel bad for the O-line coach. I think three or four of the players on O-line are named Tyler. How do you differentiate between each of the? eh, I don't know. You got Tyler Booker. I got another guy named Tyler. I forgot two guys' name, but they have three guys. I think three or four guys on the offensive line that named Tyler. How are you differentiating? Like, wait, me? We're like, that. I thought that was interesting. There, but he's one of he look this look. What's the offensive lineman here? Menubu, Will Campbell, Banks, and Booker were the four best alignments in this draft so far, right? Booker was the best one. He was my favorite one. He's smaller, but he's limited in terms of eligibility, and he's gonna work for protect best. But he's good. Look, this is true with every draft pick. Okay, they're young. They come out of college. They have some weakness, but guess what? You go to the NFL. You look. Guess what? You see these offensive linemen develop. Joe Odd last year as an offensive tackle, fifth spot by the Chargers. Guess what? He's playing for the Chargers. He's a beast now at that position he's playing on now. This is how it works. They could develop. He's good develop. I get that. 13th pick, Kenneth Grant. I love this. I love this. Kenneth Grant of the Michigan defense lineman goes to play for the Dolphins. Dolphins need help in the defense line. They get a guy there. Boom. He fits perfectly. He's a big power play. Could line up to Jack Zeller, the other defense lineman. And he's a great pick that need help in the defensive line. This team, Dolphins, need help. All right, so what's that? One, two, three Michigan players all in the top 15 off the board. Kind of again, go watch highlights Michigan. He's a beast. And go after the quarterback. He put pressure. He's a really good defensive lineman. I love this pick. He fits right what the Dolphins want to do, and they need help on the defensive side. And then coach, they go with the other coach, the second best, one of the best tight ends. So here's the thing: Coach Loveland is the second best tight end in the draft pick. Connor Helm, the third best draft pick, third tight end, and the best tight end in the draft is Tyler Warren. I love this pick for multiple reasons. One, if you see Tyler Warren, he can not only run, he can throw, he can, block, he can catch the ball, but he's like a running back. But also, he's a quarterback. I think it was Ohio State game and two games where he literally, watch the Ohio State game. He acted like a quarterback. This kid is a beast. It makes a lot of sense. He's an all-around tight end. He can do a lot of things. He can throw, run, pass, block. Got it. He's a good football player, and coach need to upgrade. The coach need help on the receiver side. They got Jonathan Taylor running back. For I'm presuming will be Andy Richardson, the starting quarterback, and they forgot who the receivers are. But that's a big help in the offensively in terms of receivers. They need help on the offense against receivers. They got a beast in Tyler Mullen. Great pick there for the quarter 14. And the 15th pick overall, Falcons, Georgia player, Jalen Walker, linebacker. Um, Falcons technically don't draft Georgia player, but they draft one, I think, for the first time in a while. Is this great value spot? I know there's some injury concerns for him and his spot, which is why this is why I think he slided. But he will upgrade the pass rush. That defense, Falcons need him defensively. They got a good player. And then 60 pick, what Cardinals who to go with? Washington Nolan, defensive lineman of the Mississippi. Good inside player who will team up with Kelly Campbell and Nev Thompson, who will upgrade them basically in the line. They that needed it. He's big time, has big time ability, but he needs to be more constant, consistent, and take into his craft. I think he's going to develop. I think Cardinals can develop him there. Great pick. And then this pick is 17 Bengals. Bengals was I'm gonna say this test before to the pick there. Defensively, 25th in rush defense. I think 25th in pass defense. That defense last year for Bengals was horrendous. They need help defensively. Edge, corner, they need help. Guess what to get with? They went small short, edge of Texas A&M. He's raw, but yes, he does like football. He has a lot of production in this game, but the tape, if you watch his tape, watch his highlights, he's a player that needs to learn. Yeah, there, he's talent. He's gonna learn. He's gonna learn to develop. And going to Bengals, the team, he's gonna help the defense. That team needs a lot of help in defense. 18 Saints. Oh, sorry, Seahawks. Who to go with? Greg Zabel, interior lineman, North Dakota State. He can play guard, tackle, or center. The Seahawks, look, that offensive line last year was a disaster. They need help. Guess what? I know he did well at City Bowl, which actually happened with Jeff Stock. Gray Zabel, one of the best interior linemen in the draft. This kid's a beast. Watch his highlight. Watch it with the Senior Bowl. This kid is insane. I mean, insane. If I could show highlights of these draft players, I would. Maybe I will. Actually, I might if I can figure out a way to avoid copyright. I may show some highlights of these players if I can. Right? 19 pick Buccaneers. They go in Mecca Buka. Why was Ohio State? Ohio State has and we know that Ohio State has NFL league receivers. So with Jackson Nation. Oh my God, Jackson Smith Nigaba. I think who's now I think on the Seahawks. Yeah, Seahawks. I like this pick. We have Mike Evans, who's look. This is the wide receiver group at Buccaneers. They got Big Mayfield quarterback, but we're looking at wide receiver Mike. I like Mike Evans. He's a really good wide receiver, but he's getting to the point where he's getting closer to retirement. Getting okay, yeah, it's time to retire. Then Chris Godwin coming off an injury, and this is a solid pick. I love this pick. He can help the offense a bit, and gets another weapon for Baker Mayfield. And he can learn under Mike Evans before he retires, and he's got a really good mentor in Mike Evans. 20th, Broncos defensively. Oh my goodness. They had Pat Sutton in the third, and then guess what? They got another corner. And Jahid Byron, Texas. He's a good defense player, could do a lot of things. Outside can play safety. And he's a really good player. And I like this pick. The Broncos, the Broncos will be really good next year defensively. Right? All right, 21st pick. I'm gonna go quickly, but first pick, they went Steelers went with Derek Hellman. I thought they were a quarterback, but passing the quarterback was the right move because they need help on the first line. And look, the other thing about Steelers, they like to draft big people early in draft, and it works. Dick Hellman, D-line Oregon, best pick there. 26 Chargers. We'll go with Amaya Hampton, running back, the second best running back in the draft. Guess what? He's going to charge. He's a big time runner who will upgrade the Chargers running game. He has explosibility. And we look, Jim Harbaugh. What do you do in Michigan? Run the ball. What can you do in LA? Run the ball. And Hampton's a nice pick, really beast out of UNC. And they got that Chargers have the 1+1-2, just like the last head of Gibbs and Montgomery. You have Najee Harris. Now you Hamilton, and Hampton's going to be a good running back in future coming. We know how Harbaugh values run game. You know Harbaugh loves to run. Jim Harbaugh loves to run the game, loves to run the ball. He loves to run game. We saw it in Michigan, and he's going to do the exact same thing now with the Chargers. All right. For the first time in since I did it, but since 2002, a 23rd pick, Packers home team. Remember the NFL draft, by the way, NFL draft in Green Bay, the home team, the whole city went with Mike Golden, wide receiver. I love this pick. Look, Packers have problems at receiver. A lot of, I think, a couple players were injured. He can help himself, and he get Jordan Love, some help. A receiver. He's the second best receiver, behind Hunter. I like this pick there. Vikings, perfect pick. Perfect pick at 24 for the Vikings. Donovan Jackson, entire line, first line, interior first line from Ohio State could play guard tackle. But I'm guessing he'll be a golf for Vikings. Great pick for two reasons. One, Minnesota need help in they need to upgrade the interior line, right? And they do with Jackson. Two, JJ McCarthy coming off injury. I know Sam Darnold, and I'm presuming that JJ McCarthy is going to be side quarterback next year for the Vikings. And you need to protect your quarterback and JJ McCarthy. This is the guy to do it. He did a good job protecting, for the most part, Will Howard and Ohio State. And of course, I think it was there when CJ Stroud was there. So really good pick there by the Vikings. And remember I said trade? Well, the Giants traded back in, I think, to play with the Rams. Guess who did I know the Giants needed, they need a quarterback. Guess who they go? Shador? Nope. Jackson Dart out of Mississippi. The quarterback out of Mississippi. I like his position. And look, I know Coach Brian Bell was look, if you gotta go, I really don't see this, but if you guys watch the Jackson Dart phone call from Coach Brian Debo, you gotta watch it. Okay? And the reason why they passed up Shador, right? And he's the one who pushed, like he said, he tell you know he's talented, and look, we're talking about Dart. Let's look at stats. 13 games, 400, 4,279 passing yards, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 69.8% completion rate. Strength. Above arm strength, right? Fastest athleticism. Accuracy isn't spectacular. I guess he played, but he's a talented. Uh, look, he's experienced with 3 years of full-time starter and one PO heavy offense. Okay, accuracy is solid, but he can improve. He's a pocket passer, and he's a scramble. Can get out of the pocket. Can make not say big plays, but he can go out of the pocket. He's not a figure elite arm, but his defensive toughness and environment skill give him underrated performance entering the league. This is true. This is what I like about Justin Dodd. He's not a figure athlete. He's not elite arm. But here's the quick: you don't need to have elite arm. Not be the Patrick Mahomes or you have elite arm or be a figure athlete. But his decisiveness, toughness, and his well-run skills, I think he's going to show in the NFL. And I think Giants, I agree with this pick. Giants did a good job at getting Jackson Dart. I give this being a B minus, but this is a good job there. The Falcons went back and trade, in the draft. They went James Pierce, edge, Tennessee. Another good defense player off the draft. I know the off the field stuff hurt himself, but he's a top 10 talent, and taking really, I had him going to the Falcons athlete, I think. So I like that they get one of the best rushers in the draft. He's a big time steal. I agree with this. This is one of the best one. I like this one here. 27. The Ravens with Malik Starks, safety of Georgia. He's a good player with range. Add back in defense. Why not edge player? Again, tough team to argue when it comes to drafting safeties. I love what John Harbaugh's gonna do. That defense is gonna be amazing. I will. Wow. Lions 28. And then with Taylor Williams, defensive line, Ohio State. I like this. They need help. And look at the Lions last year. They help defensively. They need look. Here's the thing. They need help in edge. Okay. Because you got look. Here's the thing. You get Jazz Smith coming back. You have Aiden Hudson coming back from injury. We know how he could be well next year. That defensively, look, you know what Michigan last had to give the defensively last year with England and defensively at the time. Injuries. It was injuries for the defense line. Halfway there to secondary, and they need help on depth chart and defense line. And Williams is gonna be who's gonna help them. Help them. He can pass, push the pocket from inside when they need it. I thought lines would go edge here, but I like this pick. I get it. They need help in the defense line, and this is they need help. And knowing lines what they need, this is really a good pick there. 29, Conley, offensive tackle, Oregon, to Commanders. I like this. They need help in the front of the offensive line, help protect J.D. Daniels, the quarterback. They won't be forced to push him if he's ready, but he has talent to develop in quality. He's not flashy, but he's a solid pick. But 30th corner. Now, Max Hill is no the two best corners in the draft is Will Johnson out of Michigan, and then Matt Max or Maxwell Harrison out of Kentucky, and Jada Barton, out of which two of them went the first round. I love this pick. Okay. Oh, so 700, another forget 700, another good corner on the draft. Bills need help in the corner, and he's an aggressive corner who can help in the position. I'm presumably be started there. And then the Eagles and the Chiefs basically flip spots. Guess what the Chiefs went? The Eagles went to Jared Campbell, linebacker Alabama. I like this pick for two reasons. One, look, the guy, the Kobe Dean, linebacker of Georgia. I know he got injured last year. The Super Bowl champs. His injuries coming off an injury. Why not take a linebacker who can step in ready? If even Dean is not ready to go, he can line up right next to Jack Bond, the other really good defensive linebacker, other linebacker. The Eagles defense is loaded with Bama and Georgia players defensively, and this is a really good job. I like this pick by the Eagles. Another good pick. Another good pick, but in the draft is Josh Simmons. I know he has injury. I'll get to second. I feel like this is a good pick for the Chiefs. You saw what happened last year in the Super Bowl. That Eagles defense, that offensive line for the brutal. Like they were only pushing players. They couldn't. Quarterback got Mahomes got sacked 5 times in the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and that line the Chiefs was not great. They needed help. They got help in the first tackle. Great job of the Chiefs. Great pick there. He's the best. He's a great tackle, but when healthy, and I know he's coming back from a. They're not gonna force him back from a torn patella, but he will be a left tackle for the future, and I like this pick there. So overall, good pick again. One more again, draft Award, then Hunter, then Carter, Campbell, Graham, Jetty, Mabu, McMillan, Bank Jr., Loveland, Williams, Booker, Grant, Warren, Walker, Nolan, Stewart, Zabel, Buka, Barron, Harmon, Hampton, Gordon, Jackson Dodd, say what this there. Pierce Jr., Stocks, Williams, Conley Jr., Heston, Campbell, and Simmons. Right there is the first round. All right, we'll move on to day two, the second round. Okay, um, it's really good draft day. Second round, there was some really good picks here. And I like here Carson, 33rd pick. His one will do for I'm just gonna go quickly. 33rd pick. The battle with Carson Swins, really good linebacker. He was really good. Really good linebacker. I like this grade. Didn't help him defensively. Good job there. 34 Houston, and they made a trade. Remember with the Falcons. And they were hitting wide receiver Ohio State. They need another receiver. For CJ Stroud, they got him, and he's very reminds me a lot of Nico Collins. Why don't you find like a guy you like for example Nico Collins, and you find another guy like him? Why not draft why not draft a player like that? I like that there. Nick, I'm on a safety of South Carolina going to Seahawks at 35th. Quan Jawkins, Running back Ohio State go to the Browns at 36. 37, the Dolphins go with Jonah, 7 of the line. Jonah need help protecting Tua. 38, Patriots with running back Shevin Henderson. I like him. He's a really good explosive running back. Started good game in college. But he's gonna be really good for Drake May. 39, the Bears with Luke Burden third. Go another good dynamic weapon for Ben Johnson. So now look at the Bears offense. You got Coastal Loveland, DJ Moore, Roman Dunze. Now you're adding Luther Burton, Caleb Williams, and then Jonathan Swift at running back. That's a great. Now you get great weapons, receivers, and now you protect the quarterback. And if you know that but Williams, he's the quarterback got second most sack quarterback last in the NFL. I mean, so you need to protect your quarterback. If I'm best for need to get some help on the offensive line now. Saints with a quarterback. I knew they need a quarterback. Guess what? They will tie show over Louisville before they pick over Shador. I like this pick a lot. No look, I know he can some plays. So it looks some plays not great, make really down plays, but he's a pretty good quarterback. I like this pick right there. Good job by the Saints. 41 Bills went with DJ Sanders. Defensive line South Carolina. 42 Jets went with Mason Taylor, tight end LSU. 43 the 49ers went with Alfred Collins, defensive lineman Texas. 44 Cowboys went with Donovan Azuraku, edge of Boston College. 45, the coach was JT Amaro, edge of the Ohio State, really good defensive player there. NFL ready. 46, the Rams went with Tennessee Ferguson, tight end. 47, Cardinals went with Will Johnson, corner of Michigan. I know the draft injury didn't happen, but he's a really good player. One of the best corners in the draft. I like this pick, and he's going to do a good job here for defense of the help the defense for the Cardinals. 48 Texas with Ari Antone Ezri out of second Minnesota to help protect Caesar Child. I do apologize if I'm going to pronounce some of these names wrong. I'm doing my best to pronounce it. I am not these players, but I'm going to do my best to pronounce these players quickly. So I do apologize for that. 49, the Bengals went with Demetrius Knight, junior linebacker, South Carolina. Another good help. Look, I said need help defensively. They got another good defense player there. 40 Seahawks went with Isla Oro, tight end, Miami. 51. Panthers with Nick Sultan, edge. They have a defense there. Texas A&M. 52 tight ends with Alufumi Aladigzo, edge. One of the best. Great pick here because he moved edge in 2024. He did it with UCLA. Much better than off the ball. Loose speed, do everything from front center defender. Has punch, rush, move flashes. I love him there. 53rd, Buccaneers with Benjamin Morris, corner Notre Dame. 54, the Packers, actually Belton, NC State to help protect Jordan Love. 55, Chargers, Trey Harris, wide receiver from Ole Miss. Another good weapon for the Chargers. Look at Chargers. They have Justin Herbert quarterback, Najee Harris, now Amir Hampton at running back. You have Len McConkey. You have Trey Harris. Forgot the tight end and then another receiver. So, very good job there. On the Bears, I told you they need help protecting a quarterback. The Bears are 56. They need help. I know they got go offensive. They got offensive. They need help. They need help. Protecting in Caleb Williams. They go with Ozzie Tupelo off the take a baseball scholar. Agree to pick. They need help in the first line. Good job there. 56th. The Lions went with Tate Redledge from a line from Georgia. I love this pick here for two reasons. One, Cameron loves to tell explosive, decent, flexible guard to provide in one game. He was well coached because of Kirby Smart. Thank you. His time of being aggressive, learning to lunges, and sinking pad level more frequently. And important these OGs, offensive guards with positive, don't go on trees, and they make good help with the blocking unit. Good job here, but their lines there. 58, Jack Beach, wide receiver. If there's any NFL team to have one of the worst receiving room off this is the Raiders. Now you're adding Beach, maybe one of the best receiver there. Complete wide receiver class, I get it. And to give Geno Smith more weaponry, sizable. I'll talk about that when I look at. I'm gonna look at each depth chart and tell you each team and what how they elevate there. 59. Baltimore Ravens with Mike Green, edge. But also, I know he has some other stuff issue, offside issue, but the thing he played at Marshall is look at this: 84 tackles, 17 sacks, no interception. He led FBS with sacks. Okay, this is what his strength is also his weakness, which is a good thing though. 60 pick Broncos with RJ Harris, RJ Harvey, running back of UCF. Pine spot to pick running back. Impressive basis by Sean Payton, George Payton and company. He's a electric, smaller but electric runner, but burst, long speed and hit series, side to side wiggle, dynamic screen game, two new age type. Okay, so like the puck moving. Bobby was great at Oregon. 61 commencement with Trey Amos, corner of Mississippi. Really good job there. 62 Bears with defensively here. Jamal Turner, defensive lineman Texas A&M. 63rd the Chiefs with Amar Norman Lott, defensive lineman of Tennessee. And 64 Eagles with Andrew Mabuka, safety of Texas. He's a fluid safety who plays more athletically than his workout indicates. Yet stiffness who, when changing direction, can appear. Built like a spineless corner, makes plays on the football like 1-2. All right, so I'd like to pick the first two rounds so far, so good. I liked it. Really good job there. The best pick so far in draft Mike so far is Junkins going to the Browns, Henson going to the Bears, Buther going to the Bears, um, Chase getting Shaw, Will Johnson going to the Cardinals, and the Bears go to offensive tackle with Tripoli, and Rattlers go to the Lions, and Betch going to the Raiders. That's pretty much it. And then we'll elevate. Then at the end of this, we'll elevate every trade that happened in draft. 65th in the third round, the Giants went with Darius Alexander, defensive lineman Toledo. Um, Kansas City at 63rd pick with Aston Gallot, edge of Louisville. 67th, the Browns went with Harold Fannin Jr., tight end of Bowling Green. 68, Raiders have a defense with Kenny Nair Porter, quarter of Iowa State. 69, Patriots got a weapon in Kyler Williams, wide receiver wants to say for Drake May. They also got Stephen Diggs. 70, Arizona Lions went with Isaac Tessa, wide receiver Arkansas. Another receiver for Jared Goff. 71, this wide receiver group is loaded, by the way. 71, Saints went with Vaughn Barton, defensive lineman, Texas. 72, Bills went with London Jackson, edge, Arkansas. So third, Jets went with Isaiah Thomas, corner FSU. 74, Broncos went with Pat Bryant, wide receiver, Illinois. Limited upside though, but more helpful Bo Nix. 35th, 49ers went with Nick Martin, linebacker. How I say, remember, 49ers need to add to the linebacker group and the last couple to free agency. So there's that. 76, Cowboys with Savon Veal, corner of ECU. 77th, Panthers went with Princely, Umani Medlin, edge of Mississippi. 78, Cardinals went with Jordan Brooks, Oregon. 79, Houston went with Jay Noah, wide receiver, Iowa State. And more help for, more help for, she says, never a bad idea, particularly when it helps instead on the rookie deal. He's a nifty route runner who plays Larger than small size, tiny catch radius, physicality gives him problems. Talus Booker should be decent, separated and next level and vertical juice. Minimal yards of after catch. Wins more than lateral. Was unique for a slot receiver. Both I was both Iowa State receivers in Houston. 80 the 80 pick Colts went with Justin Wally, corner of Minnesota. He's an experienced outside corner of average size and length. 81 Broncos with it. Bengals with it. Dylan Fairchild, a line of Georgia. He's a scrappy guard with high energy and power point of stack. Grip strength, set out the film, but in one game. Solid anchor, but as placement, hands must be better, or flag. Will be a flag thrower in NFL, which is a big part of it. 82 Tennessee, Kevin Winston Jr., safety of Penn State. 83 Steelers of Liquid running back, and Caleb um, in Justin, I went back Iowa, but he's not supposed to be a speed-based runner. And when plus vision smoothness for such run, I know she lost the Jersey efficiency, but change the pace running back Jalen won, and now Johnson has high floor accessible future back tap. Great pick there. They help in the running back position, and he's one of the best running backs out of Iowa actually. A4 Buccaneers with Jacob Parrish, corner of Kent State. Your classic Kent State corner in your face, uber aggressive plays bigger than size. A5 the Chiefs with defensively with Noel Williams, corner of Cal. 86 the Chargers with Jameer Caldwell, defensive lineman Oregon, a super stocky nose tackle who plays like he wants to pass it and every down. Very energetic, has the feet to go across the line of scrimmage. Another best at eating double teams. They're good angry flashes. Um, 87, the Packers with Siobhan Williams, wide receiver TCU. More wide receiver for Jordan Love. And he's a little opposite side of Kyle Williams, who was drafted earlier. He's tall, bulky, with a supreme yards of catch flashy. Not only polished as a right runner, or yet not as stiff, but long limbs plus linear ability, so he can help out there. 88, Jags. And back to the pick at 88 and 89. So 88, they were with Caleb Russell, quarter Tulane. 89, they were with William Mullen of a tackle, West Virginia. 90, Rams with Josh Stewart, edge of Michigan. Well, I like that he's short. Remember, I like this pick here. Remember, he's short, speed, bend outside rusher with short arm, but then they get the job done in his next role. Quality for handwork and burst impressive enough to NFL for tackle on more reasonable route bases. More passing rush talent on the Ram roster should be scary enough for NFC West Cubs. In 11 games, he played 33 tackles, 8.5 sacks, and most balls of the ball. Borderline elite level bend, says dip skill route on to quarterback, plus speed to power. Weakness needs to have his handwork. Get watch out of point of attack on run plays. As a pass rusher, he showed as Arsenal and solid by spectacular. He fastest a smart move, but primarily when explosive, first step quickness, and sustained around edge, speed around the edge. The inside more move is more efficient, well enough to keep tackles guessing. Um, and then I guess the run can go watch all the time, but relentless motor helps him maximize impact in working class. So he's really good. He's like I said, really good running back there. Like I said, running back. Edge play there. Then one. Rivalry with Emory Jones, offensive tackle LSU. 92, Seahawks with Jalen Monroe, quarterback. Um, I guess they need help with quarterback, so we provide long-term service for Sam Donut. I get that. Saints, and 3 went with Jonas Sainker, safety UAV, Virginia. 94, the Browns went with Dylan Gabriel, quarterback, Oregon. 95, Patriots went with Jared Wilson, line Georgia. Zero watch safety in Notre Dame going to the Falcons at 96. 97, Houston with Jalen Smith, corner out of USC. 98, Raiders with Caleb Rogers, first tackle, Texas Tech. 99, the Charles Grant, first tackle, William and Mary, going to Raiders. Houston, sorry, 100, 49 go with up to stout, corner, Western Kentucky. 101, the Broncos, Javon Jones, defensive lineman. Most, okay, okay, 102, Viking with Tay Felton, Washington, Maryland. No help for J.J. McCarthy. So far, let me see first 3 rounds on the Bucks with it. So far, so good. Those are the first 3 rounds. My thoughts on it. One of the best ones. So far the first 3 rounds, I agree with these picks. Great picks. A lot of these teams we can draft. A lot of times fans are not gonna be happy with team draft picks. They may be happy, not be happy because a lot of times you can draft players like, oh my god, why you drafted him? Okay, you drafted this for this reason. But all works out in the end. Okay? That's what it takes from day one to day two. Rounds 1 and 2 and 3. Don't forget like, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button up. I am supposed to want to run. In the next video, I will be doing round day 3, round 4 to 7 will be in the next video. Like, subscribe to the next video. Peace.